I seem to have discussed Pokemon Go as much as Bates Motel on this.
Isn't that
on
a
this
little on the
trip
crazy
down.
side?
Yeah, you see, I wasn't aware of it. I didn't know what it was, and then someone said I can find Pikachu here in this very room, and
Really?
I've been looking out, but I haven't seen him.
I have a lot of friends that are going to be very angry with me if I actually don't get him now. It's very strange. I have to tell you, don't download the app because the minute you download it, you'll be addicted to it, and then you won't be able to get away with it.
No, I think probably wise. I'll just stick to the the Bates Motel for now.
I have a whole bunch of friends that we were talking about your show because we're all big fans and we all watch your show, and we all talk about the look that you go into, that stare that you go into when you look into the camera and you get that turn. Where do you go when you're in that?
I don't know. It's not just a look. I mean, I've never seen acting as pulling faces in any way, or of coming up with one look after another, and so I guess it just sort of happens.
But there are very disturbing looks. you go to very dark places all of a sudden.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
I have to say that the scene in the strip club with the wings. Did you get to keep the wings? Because I thought it was a good look for you.
Well, thank you. No, I'm sure they're around somewhere. I think that should be the one thing I asked to keep at the end of Bates Motel. I'll just get those wings back, and I'll be sorted for life.
So how do you feel knowing full well that you're going to be the person that kills Rihanna?
Or maybe not.
That is
I think the way that the writers envisage playing out that psycho mythology within Bates Motel isn't necessarily tied to how it was in the original film.
That is true.
So I think it's still up for grabs as to what will happen. But I'm incredibly excited to work with her, and a good friend of mine, Luc Besson, has just done a film with her and says she's wonderful to work with. So I'm excited to do so myself.
Well, we thank you so much for coming out and talking with us. Continued success. I know this is the final season, but I can't wait to see what's coming out of you next.
All right, wonderful.
Good luck.
Cheers.
Take care.
Thank you.
First of all, I'm a huge fan from Up in the Air, so I absolutely adore you, and I think that you totally got robbed that year. And second of all, Bates Motel, huge fan.
Thank you.
Your death sequence might be the most beautiful death sequence I've ever seen on television.
Oh, thank you.
So what does it feel like being this part of this family? I mean, it's a tight-knit family that you guys have been together for 5, 6, 5.5 years. What's it going to be like saying goodbye?
It's not. We don't have to say goodbye. We're friends forevermore. We're very close. We're part of each other's lives. We're part of each other's families' lives now. Our children are friends. Freddie's a godfather to my child. It's just we're together forever.
Well, I know you've got to get going, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming out and talking to us. I just heard about Rihanna and the big role that she's going to be playing in it. How cool is it to have Rihanna joining the cast?
It's pretty damn cool. We're very excited. I mean, we felt like if we were going to put Marion Crane on our show, we needed to get somebody really special and someone who really redefined the character and made Marion Crane very different than what was in Hitchcock's movie. I mean, he used his version of Marion Crane beautifully. We didn't want to just copy that. So Rihanna gives us a chance to really do our own version of the character and make her hopefully iconic for our show in the same way that Marion Crane was iconic for Hitchcock's movie.
Well, it's really cool because it's an ethnic division from what we had in the past, and it keeps it very contemporary to what we're doing now. Yeah. How much of a challenge is it to go from a series that was back in that time period to come contemporary and be working it in this time period?
I think that's the fun part, honestly, is to reinvent it and pull in like the contemporary world and how that affects or helps you tell the story of that woman, Marion Crane.
I'm totally, completely jealous of you because Olivia Cooke, you're getting to hang out with her, and you're the main man of her life now in the series. So what did you do with her, and why isn't she here?
What did I do with her? She's filming a new movie right now.
You let her go to Spielberg, didn't you?
I did. I let her go to Spielberg. No, I'm super happy for her and super excited. She's very talented, and then she deserves it all. So it's cool to see her working with such a important and huge person in the film industry, and I hope this movie does a lot for her, because it's been awesome. It's been cool to honestly see her grow as an actress these last 4 seasons, because she really has. And it's every year she sort of ups her game a little more and a little more and a little more. So it's been fun.
So how's it feel for you to be the normal one out of this family at this point in time?
It's a lot of pressure almost. Dylan carries a lot of the, big burden, a lot of the weight, of this family and kind of all of their garbage and their mess. And it's also kind of hard because he's constantly, just when he seems like there's a little bit of hope and happiness in his life, he seems to always sort of get brought back down some way or another. And, I think that season 5 will be no exception to that. I think once he learns about Norma, I think that, a whole other mess of things is going to unfold, and, we'll see how that plays out. So.
I was going to say, you need to take Emma and go.
Yeah.
Just cut the ties and go.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. It'd be nice. It'd be nice. It never works out. So,
So where do you see it going from here? Are you going to at least be able to see Rihanna in some of these scenes?
I hope so. I don't know if I'll be there, but it'd be awesome to work with her. But I think we'll see. It'd be cool to see what she does. Well, hopefully I do.
You are amazing for decking Norman straight down. That was my favorite scene. I laughed out loud so loud.
Did you tell him that?
I woke my wife up.
Oh, did you really? Have you told Freddie that? Because it was my favorite scene. No, thank you for that.
I didn't, but the death scene of Norma, the emotional connection that you have with this character. How hard is it to go into these deep, dark areas with your character?
Thank you. With that particular scene, it was weird. I didn't know how hard it was going to hit me. You prepare, and and typically you're I'm not going to bore you with preparation, but you're doing your own homework. And that one, I didn't have to do too much. And I looked at the crew, and I saw how affected they were. Even before we shot it, I was like, hey, there was a mood there. And then when it happened, people were emotional. Carlton was emotional writing part of that scene on the plane. He was crying.
Wow.
And he was like, I thought people were going to be freaked out. Here's this guy writing and crying. So we've all, like you said, grown so attached to that character. I didn't know how hard it was going to hit me. I don't think Vera knew how hard it was going to hit her, the loss of her own character.
Right.
But it did, and so we played it out, and it's still rough. We're still kind of dealing with it.
Right. Well, thank you so much for coming out and talking with us. Enjoy the rest of your Comic-Con. Congratulations, and enjoy your last final season.
Thank you, and I hope you guys dig it.
Thank you.
Cheers. How much an actual last one?